We have our Missions 1040 team here in the van. We've loaded up and we are getting ready to head to the airport. Now, I've taken hundreds of flights, been on hundreds of planes, been to many nations. Usually this is quite routine, but today feels different. You know, this is our second mission to Pakistan, and we are doing something very, very important on this particular trip, where we are taking an exploratory mission to the far northern region of Pakistan, called the Chitral Valley, to make our first attempt in contacting the Kalash Tribe. You know, I've been sharing with many people the vision God gave me about the blue-eyed people in Pakistan, and it's quite surreal, if I can say it that way, that we are, you know, on our way. We're in Chiang Mai, on our way to the airport. Got to take a quick flight to Bangkok to meet up with Noman there, and then we're going to Lahore. So the beginning of the trip, we're going to do our youth conference there, our Next Gen conference, but then we head to see the Kalash people. So, you know, as we're sitting here in this van, any other day it would feel quite routine, normal, but today's different. And we're really, really praying that all of our efforts, all of the finances, the sacrifices, the hard work, that it's going to pay off. So we're going to see. So we began our journey in Lahore. You know, we had 2 days of a very powerful Next Gen conference. It was the first time that we've ever done that as a ministry. And now we are on our way to the Kalash Tribe. So this is going to be roughly an 8 to 10 hour journey. And when we get to the region, we have to get to this very specific checkpoint. It's this long bridge that literally connects the Kalash Tribe from the outside world. And so what we're praying for as a team is that when we get there, that God's going to give us favor. You know, we do have special permission to go to this region, but we recently found out a few days ago there was a group from Germany that also had special permission, and they were not allowed by the Pakistani army to cross the bridge. But we know that God is sending us, that He's going to give us favor. And so our Mission 1040 team is here together. I don't know if you want to say hello.
Hello.
You know, we're so grateful to have such a wonderful team, and we're just going to spend this next few hours talking, dreaming with God. We're going to spend time in prayer, but hopefully the next time you see me, we're going to be at the bridge and crossing over safely. So I hope to have a good report soon. Okay, literally 2 minutes after the last update, they came back to the van. They said the road's been cleared and they're allowing us to go. But not only are they allowing us to go, they just sent us a security escort. Like, the police are literally going to lead the way. So we're going to show you what this looks like, but praise God, this is what favor looks like. We're grateful that when God puts it in His heart to do something and He calls you, He always makes a way. So here we go. We're being escorted right now. Yeah, so here we are. I'm not going to talk too loud because we're at a checkpoint, but it seems to be we're at our final checkpoint. Not final, one of the last ones, because I know when we get where the long bridge is before we go to Kalash, we're going to get another checkpoint. But if you see back there, they're literally stopping all the traffic just for our van. So they're not letting anybody pass until they clear us. But it's just beautiful. I mean, we're literally in the mountains right now. We're about to go through this tunnel. They said it takes 10 to 15 minutes to get through the tunnel. That's going to be wild. But I mean, we're here. God has given us great favor. I mean, we went from maybe not even being able to go at all because they did not let any groups the past several days pass this way because the flooding was bad. To my understanding, we are the very first group that they've allowed to cross into, you know, a tourist group into the northern part of Pakistan where we are. Not only did they allow us to pass, but they've sent police escorts the entire time. So now they're clearing our paperwork one more time. Gonna keep going. Yeah, they're gonna let us take a picture. Okay, so we just stopped here because we were trying to get directions to Ayoon. Well, look at this. Ayoon was sitting down in the valley. We were literally upon the city that we wanted to stay the night in. But here's the problem. We ran into some local guys here that they're saying this area doesn't have adequate hotels for foreigners. So they're telling us that Kalash is actually about an hour away. And so our guys, they know the area very well. So Noman and our Pakistani team are trying to navigate a deal with them. It looks like we have to rent 3 small cars. You know, this is part of an exploratory mission. You got to figure things out along the way. We knew we would have to switch vehicles, but we thought we'd be getting into a 4x4 vehicle. So we're just on the side of the road trying to figure out if we're going to take all of our stuff out of our van right now and separate it to 3 different vehicles and drive an hour way to Kalash. It is currently 7:09 p.m. We've been on the road since 9 a.m. and we're ready to get to our destination so we can eat a good dinner and check into the hotel. We'll keep you guys posted, but I think we're getting somewhere.
Now,
What is this?
order has it.
Easy. And what makes it even more adventurous is you can't see a thing.
Yeah.
So you can't be afraid.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to be afraid of. Shaka.
These people are.
Why'd you just do that?
Oh man, I was on the edge.
Okay. This is the bridge.
Oh.
This is the bridge we've been waiting on. And we're going down. Not very good video quality, obviously. It's dark out. But this bridge connects us to the Kalash people. We made it, guys. So this is day 1, our first day in Kalash, and we have our wonderful, precious tour guide, Parina. She's gonna help us and show us around today. She's very sweet. She's gonna take us into 2 different valleys where the Kalash people are, and we explained to her that our heart is just to get to know the people, find out more about the culture and the way of life, because we have a vested interest in potentially helping some way, especially in education. But if you want to say hello, Parina, I want to allow you to say hello.
परी हेलो कहे, सिर्फ हेलो कहे. हेलो, मेरा नाम परी है.
हेलो मेरा नाम फरीना है मैं उनको लेकर रंबूर जा रही हूँ
She said, my name is Pari and I'm going to Rambur Valley where there are 2 villages.
Okay. Well, Parina, Shukriya, and we are ready for a fun day.
Mr. Shaki.
Prayer place where all of them 3 times a year they pray together, and it's up there.
We're on day 2 with the Kalash people. The final day, you know, feels like we've not had enough time here, but then again, and our first stop was here where downstairs below us is a museum where many ancient artifacts of the Kalash Tribe were preserved, and we were able to see some of those things. Now the cool thing is there was a national Pakistani, you know, television guy here, or somebody that owns a production company, and he's been working on a documentary for the Kalash people for the last 10 years. And they were here filming, and he asked our team if he could film us, you know, looking at the museum. And then he interviewed myself and Miss Karen, just asking questions like, where are you from? How did you find out about these people? Why are you here? how important is it for them to preserve their culture? So you never know. We might end up in a documentary about the Kalash people while we're here trying to make our own sort of documentary. But obviously we're on a different path. We're trying to bring them Jesus. So today was pretty cool because after the museum, we went upstairs and there was a school of like young children. Some of them I think they were like 10 to 12 years old, and the other class had to be like 6 and 7. And the difference is we visited a high school yesterday and the kids were very shy. When we would ask them questions, they were not really, it took a lot to get them to speak to us. But today, these kids were amazing. You know, they asked a lot of questions like, who were we, why were we here? And they asked me, what is my occupation? So I tell them I'm a teacher. And one of the youngest kids said, well, if you're a teacher, teach us something. And so, of course, I took that opportunity to teach them something from Scripture without using the actual Scripture reference. But then we asked them, we've asked this at the last 2 schools, what is your dream? What do you want to be when you grow up? And it was so awesome that these little kids, all the young ladies said, I want to be a doctor. And then the boys said, I want to be a captain, like in the military. And so it just goes to show that it doesn't matter what culture you're in, what part of the world, kids are kids. You know, they have dreams, they have aspirations. And that even more solidifies why we are here. Because one thing that is a bit difficult in this region is their education. They lack resources, like they're not able to really get good study materials and books. They don't have computers, computer labs. So we're hoping to possibly help with that in the future as an open door to the gospel. So we'll see. But it'd be really, really cool to come back here and to help further their educations, to see these little girls become doctors and these young men become captains. And so far, this trip's been amazing. When we leave here, we're going to go further down the road, I think to 2 more villages to meet more people, praying for God's favor and more open doors. Yeah, so in our preparation to come to the Kalash Valley, I watched many documentaries, and there's one that we actually watched right before we came. The gentleman doing the documentary, he interviewed a young lady named Jasmine and her mother, Shahagul, and I said to my wife, I really hope that we get to meet these ladies. Now, of course, we were coming into an unknown land, a place we've never been, and I was like, the likelihood of us actually meeting these people is slim to none. Well, I'm happy to say that we are in Jasmine's village right now. Pari, the young lady that's been our guide these last 2 days, she knows the family, and so she's actually taking us right now to Jasmine's home to meet her and her mother. So to tell you I'm excited would be an understatement. Let's go.
Hello.
They really wanted to come to Kalash and meet you guys. मैं कलाशा लोग जो हैं उनके बारे में सीख रहा हूँ, समझ रहा हूँ और उन्हें समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
So these, you know, I don't know what to call it. It's like a gurney where 4 men can carry it. This is actually, they will lay dead bodies on here. They set them here, and that's it. They don't bury them, nothing. The bodies just decompose and they rot into the ground straight off of these things. So I don't know if at one time they carried a body, set this thing down and left it. I don't know if these things are stationary now and they just bring the bodies and place them in there, but that is quite a different way to bury people. Well, not even bury them, it's just dispose of their bodies.
That's a good. It doesn't have to.
Oh, it doesn't have to.
Yeah. नहीं जो बॉल फेंक रहा ब्लू कलर वाला
Okay, so this bridge behind me is a very important landmark in our journey. Now, at the time of this filming, we're just exiting the Kalash Valley. This bridge literally connects the Kalasha people to the outside world. So back this way, you have to travel through these mountain roads to even get to this bridge. It's almost a 2-hour journey from the main highway just to this point. But we just spent 2 days in the Kalash Valley with the Kalasha people. And this bridge, I've been waiting to pass, for so long, which we did that a few days ago. But now we're exiting the Kalash Valley and we're on to our next part of our mission in Pakistan. But I am already looking forward to the next time that I can cross over this bridge. So our second car of the rest of our team members is about to cross right now. So you can see these guys heading this way. But it's kind of bittersweet. It was a long journey to get here and it was a tiring 2 days. So in a way, we're happy to be on our way out because we have other things to do. But it's bittersweet because we're leaving behind these beautiful people. But we have a lot of hope in our heart because we've learned a lot and we know what's next now. So here they come.